Hello guys, so today I want to cover Elon Musk because this African American cares more about this country than your president Joe Biden does, because he actually took his time out of his busy schedule of all the billions upon billions that he's able to make. And he took his time to go to the border himself to see what the problem is. Don't believe me?
So here we are at Eagle Pass. I'm Tony Gonzalez. I'm the local congressman here in the district. Right here under the bridge, you're seeing hundreds of people getting processed, and this is every single day.
So it's just sort of like that's the bridge, and there's like people getting processed, and then they come across on those trains over there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an initial intake spot, and then they'll send them through, but it's nonstop all day long.
People just want to understand exactly what's going on, but assume that people do not know what's going on.
Well, you got to go back some time, and whenever the open border policies from the White House kind of got thrown out there, we've been overrun.
How long was that?
What year was that?
2 years ago. We're on our third year.
We've been battling it for 2 years, and So
you're saying there's been an open border policy essentially for the past 2 years?
it's an invitation.
An invitation.
That's how I read it. That's how it was told from the White House. So they don't have a clue what's going on here, I don't think, because if they did, maybe they would care. Maybe they would. I don't know.
How does the train impact you? Because the trains have been a big story lately. There's a train just over here.
Now, I would like to say that Mr. Gonzalez is one fine American. Yes, he is from Hispanic origin. But you think that he brought his family, or his family came all the way to America and earned the right to call themselves American citizens just so America could turn exactly into the country he ran away from? What sense does that make?
Over here, this is kind of where it starts, Elon. Where you see, all these thousands of people on a train. This is where they're coming through, but it doesn't end here. It just starts here. Yeah. Medina County is where they're going to make it to the big cities like
two major rail lines come through my county, and on those the illegals ride. They actually control the trains because they know how to crank down the brake on the car, so when it passes a heat sensor, the conductor has to stop the train, the illegals get off, the people come to get them, and all the stolen vehicles are stealing from all over the country. Nearly every one of them is in a stolen vehicle.
The fact that we are seeing all-time highs in illegal processing, that ramp is increasing.
Yes.
So these are really important points, because the public isn't. I think it's not necessarily clear to the public. Is this normal, or are we seeing an accelerating crisis?
It's not getting better. It's getting worse. Last Friday a week ago was a historic number, 11,000 people that came over.
Okay.
And then on Monday, that number increased. Today is Thursday, and that number increased. We're only going in the wrong direction. This is a week. What happens 2 weeks from now? It's the wrong way.
Okay. So basically, we're seeing unprecedented, all-time highs, and increasing,
and spreading. It's not in just one area. It's not just like it's just one city or one town, not even one state anymore. It's not, we're talking about New York today, but Chicago, you're hearing it there. L.A., Denver. There's all these other places where it's just spreading, just continues to get bubbling up.
And just to quantify it, I think you said 2,000 a day or something, just in this location.
Just here.
So that's like over 700,000 a year.
Just in this one location,
Okay, just 700,000 sort of illegal immigrants a year, just in this one location.
Just in this one location.
Okay.
El Paso, right now in El Paso.
That's higher than the population of Wyoming, FYI.
Yes.
Okay, and that's just one location. What is the total number from all locations roughly?
In the millions. I mean, it's literally millions, and those are just the folks that we know have engaged. What about all the others?
That's just who was actually processed.
Yes, the gotaways are the ones that.
Yeah, so meaning that like the actual number is much higher.
Much higher.
Okay, that's very important for people to know.
Yeah.
That the actual number is much higher is the official number something like 2 million or something? Where is it?
It varies, and it depends on who you ask, but I've seen it as high as 2.6 million. And that number just every year for the past 3 years has almost doubled. You know, it was like 1.1.
It's doubling year after year.
Doubling year after year. It's compounding year after year because it's not just one part of the world either. It's all parts of the world that are coming. In El Paso.
Yeah, I think that's actually an important point to make because you know, sometimes people think, well, fuel is coming from Mexico, but this is not the case.
Not the case at all.
The reality is that this is an open border for all of Earth.
All of Earth.
And just, you know, so there's roughly 350 million people in the U.S., but there's 8 billion people on Earth.
Yes.
This is an open border to 8 billion people.
Yes. What type of nationalities are coming through your county?
We're seeing anywhere from Honduras, El Salvador, I believe Ecuador and stuff like that. Even
it's pretty much every country, right?
Pretty much every country.
Yeah.
It's very rare that we see anybody just from Mexico. So,
it's actually rare to see anyone from Mexico.
And then I'm 68 miles from the border. I'm 80 miles south of here from the Pass.
How big is your workforce? How big is the sheriff's office?
My patrol staff's only 16 strong.
16 total.
Okay.
So how many do you have on call at one time?
Maybe 2 at the most.
2,000 illegals coming in each and every day at that one location. And being that your president, Joe Biden, tied the hands of immigration where they can't enforce our laws, is up for the local police department, local sheriff department to do their job. And who did they say they have on call at any given time? Only 2 officers to deal with 2,000 illegal immigrants?
Two law enforcement officers to tackle. I mean, some of these counties that I represent, they're the size of states. And they've got 2 or 3 people trying to tackle it all. This is where the local community just feel completely overwhelmed. Because Border Patrol agents used to be the front line, and now they're here. They're under the bridge, they're processing folks, so they're completely out of the game. So these law enforcement, the local law enforcement officers are carrying all the weight.
Now I see folks, black folks are finally starting to catch on. You know, I'm not included because according to them a couple years ago, I wasn't even considered black. I was the C word. But we tried to tell you. You gotta understand, Chicago and New York, you guys voted for this. Black folks in Chicago and New York who want these people out, you guys voted for this. Now all this time, you thought the Biden administration major concern was fighting against racism. The federal government, the FBI never gave a damn about our leaders, but they care about you now. See, this is the proof that the white man ain't your problem, because you just fall willy-nilly for all his half-ass tricks. He don't even put in that much thought into tricking you. He just know you're gonna fall for it. No, the white man ain't your problem. I'm not gonna leave you with this. This is a man who knows everything about racism and segregation. The white man ain't your problem, you your problem. Because Malcolm X said so. And this is Bill Banks signing out as the unapologetic Black Republic.
If white immigrants can come to this country 50 years ago with nickels and dimes and no education, and come here and pool their little nickels and dimes and no education, and set up little stores, develop these stores into larger stores, develop this into an industry which creates job opportunities for whites. Since Lincoln was supposed to have freed the black man 100 years ago, and today the black man, according to the government economists, has spending power of $20 billion per year. We feel that with the black man spending $20 billion a year, not setting up any businesses, not creating any industry, not creating any job opportunities for his own kind, he's not in a moral position to point the finger today at the white man and tell the white man that he's discriminating against him for not giving him a job in factories that he himself set up. If the black man has to
Beast mode, motherfucker.